Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Julian.
How are you?
Tired.
Me too.
You?
It was late last night, yeah. Pretty tired.
Yeah. I know we stayed up gaming. We were playing Stardew Valley.
Oh, okay. What is that game?
Mm, it's like Minecraft meets Animal Crossing.
Okay. I guess. I mean, I could understand.
There's like a whole storyline. You live in a village and you have to like build your farm from the ground up.
And it's multiplayer?
Yeah, but you can play single player as well.
Oh, okay. Nice. Welcome to Two Guys Unfiltered, a podcast where trans people share their coming out stories, the funny ones, the hard ones, and everything in between. I'm Juju.
And I'm August. So whether you're trans, questioning, or just here to learn, we're glad you're here. Our guest today is Kameron. We discuss their gender identity and what non-binary means to them. So we want to know from you guys, are there any misconceptions about non-binary people that you have heard? And if so, what did those misconceptions teach you about the concept of gender? Leave your answers in the comments below so we can see if your perspective or outlook has changed after hearing our guest's story. Now let's get into it. So when you can, Cameron, can you give us a little introduction of who you are?
Okay. Hey, my name is Cameron. I am non-binary, transmasc. I am 29. I just made 29, so shout out to
Mhm.
that. I think the hobbies. I'm actually working on the hobbies right now. I'm in a reset of everything. Like I'm kind of like starting fresh, kind of ripping everything from the roots. But so far we have. I play video games. I do like 3D puzzles. I think that's a little bit more of a interesting hobby that people don't really hear about a
Yeah,
lot, but it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. It's really time consuming. It's kind of like Legos, but not exactly.
I'm looking it up right now because I'm interested already.
So
Okay, so
yeah,
it's like the wood creations.
yeah.
Okay. I've always wanted to do those as a kid, but I never had the patience to like finish it.
That's actually where the interest came from. When I was younger, my mother used to get me like the dinosaur ones. Granted, like as a
Ooh,
kid,
okay.
I didn't really have the whole interest, but I did like them because like it's a lot of pieces to
Yeah,
put together. But like not for the patience of a child. I'm not gonna lie,
no,
but.
definitely not.
I'm trying to get into the model cars, but I bought it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought the whole thing, bought the whole kit, and then I took it all out of the box and I look at it and I'm like, this is for another day. So this is too much.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at
Mm,
those. I was looking at those. Those seem pretty
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I think Legos is all I have the patience for because it's like little step-by-step instructions on how to do it. I don't have to figure anything out.
I can't do the Legos. It's too many pieces.
I get
Mm.
that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, can you give us a little summary of your coming out story?
Whew. And honestly, okay, so there has been a couple different times in which I have come out, I guess, over the years. So like, I came out when I identified as a woman, I came out as a lesbian, I came out as, masculine. And then I came out again as non-binary, and then I came out again as trans and then I came out again as Cameron. So it's been a lot of different, coming outs. But honestly, for the most part, it's been it's a smooth transition. Like as I got older in life, like, I didn't really have like a whole lot of backlash from my family, I suppose. There are people who felt some type of way, but I was kind of raised to stand pretty firm in who I am as an individual. So it's not really like it wasn't really hard for me to be like, hey, my name is Cameron. This is who I am. If you don't like it, you kind of move around me. So like I've definitely had pushback, but it doesn't, it just is what it is. But in chosen community, I have found like a lot more acceptance. There's a lot more people who are like, yeah, like I can appreciate who you are. You're you, I'm me. and we all kind of just like exist in the same area. Some of us are similar, some of us are not, but it I like the journey that I've had. I like the people that I've met. I like where I'm at with everything.
Yeah, that's good to hear that you had overall supportive people around you.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that I'm lucky in that situation because I know a lot of people don't
Right.
have the support. I know a lot of people aren't like blessed with that. So it's a lot to be mindful of. It's a lot to be it's a lot of privilege to hold too.
Hmm.
For sure.
And how old were you when you came out as non-binary?
I think I was maybe about like 24, 25. So it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago, but I was already kind of like teetering. Okay, what are my pronouns? Am I really comfortable with what I have going on? So when I came out, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I knew this was coming." I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Everybody saw it but you.
Yeah, you know.
You're like, well, thanks for telling me, I guess. Damn.
It was a funny little conversation when I told one of my friends. She was like, "Yeah, I was waiting on you. How long was it gonna take you?" Oh, okay, cool, nice.
That's funny. No, yeah, I had to had someone literally like show the mirror to me and be like, "You are trans," for it to click in my head. So I get that.
Like I'm what?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, that fits. Yeah.
that makes so much more sense now.
They could have let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, "Hey, maybe,
Right.
something."
I did have one person. I did have one person tell me that I think that this is what you are, and probably by the end of the year, this is what you be going at. So I'm like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. And then like halfway through the year, I was like, oh, I get it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
are
that's
you
pretty
on
cool.
hormones right now?
Yeah, I am actually. I just started about a
Okay.
month ago.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And you got facial hair
Yeah.
already.
I already had that. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
okay,
lie.
okay,
I
okay.
already, stepped in the game a little early.
How is 1 month on testosterone?
um, okay, so there are the body changes that I was prepared for, and then like because it's so early, like there's not a whole lot. Like I'm definitely
Right.
getting my facial hair is definitely coming in, like it's flourishing really, really well for a month. I'm not, and then I think okay, so I don't have a very high pitched voice, so I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference with that yet, but I'm not expecting a whole lot right now. But man, guys, it has been a very sensitive place. I am sweating a lot. There are a lot of hormones. It's going crazy right now, and I gotta see my girl soon.
Yeah. That I think that was the change I felt first was the libido, definitely.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm like, yo, all right, this is getting out of hand.
But not complaining.
I mean, I would say
Not
like
too
it
much.
it goes away, but for me, like I'm like 2
It
years on
doesn't.
T, it doesn't go away.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's refreshing.
Yeah. The hours after my shot, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
where are you at, wife?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Mm.
And so what's
But actually, though, that's
oh, go ahead.
I don't take tea. I mean, well, I don't take the tea shots. I take tea gel,
Okay.
Okay.
so it's a
Yeah, a
little
little
different.
slower, but yeah. I've been thinking of switching to that because I think we're on 3 months of me not taking my shot yet. So
Jeez.
Oh, you scared of the needle?
yeah. Yes and no. It's just more of like the weekly task of having to do it that I'm just like, oh, I have to do it again, which I know is, the privilege talking. I've been on T for like 3 years. So it's just like, I'm over it now. Like, why do I have to keep injecting myself to feel myself?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I've been thinking about switching to gel because it's like, it's an everyday thing. And I feel like I would be better at staying consistent with it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I right after the shower, throw it on, and
Right.
that's it.
Mm-hmm. Put it on right before I brush my teeth or something.
Yeah, and then just
Yeah,
going about the day. Don't really have too much to think about.
exactly. Yeah.
So what's one thing that you're looking forward to, like by being on T longer?
Honestly, patching my little, chin strap up here. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Um, and then honestly being a little bit more masculine in the face. So like I find that sometimes I can pass, sometimes I don't. But I really want to be more in a place of like, what do you have going on gender wise? I want people to look at me and be like, what are you? And that like that's my comfortable place there.
Yeah, that's me
Like,
too, for
yeah,
sure.
it's like, what do you have going on? I like the confusion. Are you a boy? Are you a girl? I'm not sure. I'm whatever you want me to be.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because like before I hated being misgendered, but now like when
Mm,
people see me from behind, they assume that I'm a woman because like my hair is curly and I make sure it looks nice. And we were at dinner
mhm.
the other day and they're like, "Oh, hi ladies." And then they looked at us and she goes, "Oh, I am so sorry." And I was like, "You're good."
Yeah, that is how you have gray hair. Yeah, that's a definitely nice place. I like that. I like the idea of just what, but I mean, I'm cool with that. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to just being, I guess, more masculine in general. Like I do want to go through like with the whole like androgynous, like not sure what you are vibe, but also like I do want to look more masculine. That's definitely
Yeah.
right there. Just square out my faces and you know, well, something that would.
Breaking news! A few weeks ago, we discussed the former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis seeking to overturn the landmark Obergefell versus Hodges ruling that guaranteed nationwide same-sex marriage rights. Well, now the Supreme Court have just scheduled a private conference for November 7th to decide whether or not to hear the case. If the Supreme Court chooses to hear Davis's case and ultimately overturns Obergefell, the question of marriage equality could return to the states, potentially ending nationwide deformity and impacting hundreds of thousands of couples. However, many legal analysts believe the High Court will not overturn Obergefell, and additional legal protections for same-sex marriage couples were passed into federal law in 2022.
A Dallas Methodist church began painting the steps outside its doors in the colors of the LGBTQ plus pride flag in response to Texas Governor Greg Abbott's directive that all rainbow crosswalks in the state be removed. It's important because silence is not neutral. Silence is in the face of harm always takes the sides with the oppressor, stated Reverend Rachel Griffin Allison. The rainbow is a reminder that God keeps showing up, especially for those the world tries to silence.
Some more positive news out of South Korea. For the first time, South Korean census will allow same-sex couples to identify themselves as spouses. The census is conducted every 5 years in the country and kicked off this week, with data and statistics reportedly confirming that committed same-sex couples can now check spouse or cohabiting partner. In the past, doing so, it would cause a form to be rejected or marked as an error. While LGBTQ plus rights have a long way to go in South Korea, advocates scored another major victory.
If you want to read more into these stories, the links to the articles will be in the description below.
And what would you say non-binary means to you?
Okay, so I find that being non-binary, and then also witnessing other people be non-binary, it looks different for everybody, there's no one way to be, there's no one way to do, there's no one way to do any of this. So like my non-binary is I don't necessarily like identify with gender per se. I'm just me. I'm myself. I'm a person. I'm masculine, and I don't not a boy. I'm not a girl. I'm not literally anything in between. I okay, like you guys seen the Ken doll, right? You know how it's like smooth at the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like that's how I feel about my gender. But it's also cool to see other people be non-binary in their ways because like I know people who are like very feminine in their presentation and they're like, yeah, I'm not a girl. Cool. Hell yeah. Like you can do it like that. I can do it like this. So like I think it's a really nice place to exist. Like it just I don't know. I like it.
The
Just
freedom
being
of
whoever
it.
you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there's no box to fit in. You don't have to be any specific way. And I think that that's one of my favorite parts.
for sure. Yeah. And what would you say has been the hardest part of your transition?
Starting. I think starting and kind of like accepting myself. It was like a slow thing for me at first. Just I guess being comfortable with who I am and what wasn't comfortable for me. Just like realizing who I am as an individual. Um, because it's been a reset, like transitioning, starting to, change your name. It's a whole different life. Like, you're getting to know yourself all over again. And that I'd say has probably been my most difficult part because like I've had support in all like other aspect of things. Like, life is life, it goes how it goes. But yeah, just figuring out who I am from scratch. Like that's been a journey for sure.
And then on the flip side, what's been the most joyful part of your transition so far?
Getting to know myself. Getting to know myself and getting to know my community and the people who are like me and the people who are not like me, becoming more accepting of self and others. Yeah, when you accept yourself, you can accept other people in other ways. So like I think it's just getting to know everybody how they are. Like sometimes before you know what you don't know, you you have like ignorant thoughts or you have your own like your opinions of things that you don't necessarily understand. But yeah, like watching all that wash away by learning and being in community and talking to people and just getting to know everybody as they are and who they are. Yeah, it's definitely been one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I think being trans is really hard to figure out who you are because you have to basically take everything apart from what you were comfortable with, what you knew about yourself, and really think. But then on the flip side, it's like, well, that is the beautiful part of being trans. I was able to do that. I was conscious enough to be able to do that. Whereas, like cis people, I feel like they grow up kind of resentful because they didn't get to experience gender or play with their gender as much as, trans people are able to.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think that probably is where like the resentment comes from. Because there's that binary that cis people are unwilling to let go of because of whatever society tells them is what they're supposed to be doing. You should be like this, you should be like that, you should be doing this. And I find that it keeps them just trapped in a box unintentionally, because it's like you guys are the only ones keeping yourself in that box. No one, like, yeah, people
Right.
are telling you that you have to be like this, but there's a whole world of people who don't conform to that. There's a whole world of people who do literally whatever they want. And, we are those people. So hey, I'd rather do it my way than have anybody tell me what to do and how to go.
Yeah.
And how has the dating scene been like as a trans mass non-binary person?
It is. I'm not. Okay. Sometimes it goes well. Sometimes it doesn't. Like it's been for me. I'd say it's pretty decent. Like there's generally no shortage of love interest unless I choose. So it's been pretty decent for me. I haven't had a whole difficult time. Sometimes there's struggles there because of people like their own like inconsistencies as opposed to like, what I have going on gender wise. Um, but for the most part, like everything's pretty cool. Like it's pretty smooth. I typically like pansexuals, queers, bisexuals, there's been the occasional, I guess lesbian here or there. Um, but I think for the lesbians that I have dated, usually they're not. By the time they get to me, they're like, "Oh, I don't think I'm a lesbian. I am interested." Oh, okay, cool. Well, whatever, I guess. Um, I'm interested in people as long as they're interested in me. Um, but yeah, there's not really a shortage. I'm not liking in that area. Not saying I'm dating like a whole lot right now. Like
You got a roster.
no, 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 no. No roster right now. I just been kicking it. I just been to myself. I'm dating like one person right now. And it's just us. So
All
everything
right.
else I'm just chilling.
Sounds good. That's good that you haven't had any like stories of like, well, you're trans, so never mind. I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, I really don't. I try not to put myself in too many situations in which that is my outcome.
Right.
So yeah, but also like I'm also kind of like a shy guy a little bit. So like you gotta like me. You have to like me. So
And would you say that you feel represented within the LGBTQ community as a whole?
honestly, no, no. Um, because the LGBT is the LG, it's mostly lesbian and gay. So like I find as trans people, we don't. There's not a like yeah, we get attention, but we don't. Being trans as a whole, we get attention, but it's not really us. I think it's more so like trans women. I'm not saying that they're undeserving or anything like that, but I just feel like
Hmm.
sometimes the focus on them isn't necessarily what it should be. And then also, it's like, hey guys, other trans people exist as well. Like trans men are consistently looked over, and then so by default, trans mats we're definitely looked over. So I don't find that we are represented very well. However, with inside like our communities, we do a very good job of seeing each other. It's like okay, they're not thinking about us, but we're thinking about us because we're here.
Right.
So in a whole, no,
Mhm.
but like you know, inside our community, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the focus is always on trans women, the whole bathroom situation, the whole do they pass, do they not pass, how hard it is for them to pass. And then I feel like that's the thing with trans men or trans mass. It's like it's easier for us to pass, so we're just casted aside once we do pass.
Yeah, and I think that that's the like unfortunately that's one of the privileges I guess of the patriarch
Right.
because like no one's thinking about us in the bathroom situation.
Right.
Hmm.
Like yeah, they are, but they're not.
But they're not. Want me in the women's bathroom with all
Come
this
on, man.
facial
No, you
hair?
don't.
How does that make sense? You want Juju in the bathroom, in the women's bathroom?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're calling the police
Yeah.
immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like so it's an unfair thing that trans women have to deal with because it's like, damn,
Mhm.
she can just go to the bathroom like she's been
Right.
doing. Whereas us, there's like no one cares. Like, dude, just go piss and leave.
I don't understand why we haven't had gender neutral restrooms everywhere. Like
Yeah.
everyone takes a shit, everyone takes a piss. Like why can't we all do it in the same building
That's
with
it. Like, who
urinals
cares?
that go top to bottom, no big ass cracks in the middle where
Mhm.
someone can see me squatting when they walk past.
Yeah, like let's be serious. Like it's just a bathroom. Like, and I think one of the worst things about the bathroom situation is at the everyone's bathroom at home is gender neutral.
Right.
Exactly.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter who pisses where? It's a stupid thing. It's a really stupid thing.
My issue is
Um,
when you walk in the men's restroom and then the urinals are right there. I don't want to see some guy standing there peeing. Like, why can't we just have like multiple stalls in that bathroom if we're gonna do that? If we're gonna separate it,
Hmm.
have multiple stalls.
something.
I don't know.
Something a little bit more privacy. I
Yeah,
think everybody deserves a bit of privacy.
for
Like
sure.
we don't have to do this. It would also encourage like, people to stop pissing on the floor or
Yeah.
the wall, you
Right.
know.
You would hope at least it would.
Yeah, something like like it's a nightmare in there. Like
Mhm.
please, like at least like don't let me see it. I don't want to see it.
Right. Right.
Jeez.
Would you say that there's anything you wish more people understood about being non-binary?
Yeah. First and foremost, I would like people to understand like the pronoun thing isn't as difficult as everybody makes it seem to be. Cause like I think when people hear they and them, they like their brains kind of turn off.
Hmm.
They're like, oh, how would I use that? Like, how are they? Or no, what is it? Okay, I worked with this girl, and she was like, well, how would I use your pronouns? How are them?
What?
Basic
It's
grammar,
right
people.
there.
Come
Like,
on.
come on, it's right there. Like, so I think people overcomplicate that, and it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep.
I
It's not
I
that deep.
always tell people like if you didn't know what the person's gender are, right? And they left their jacket There you go. They left their jacket.
Yeah.
Like you,
Someone left their jacket.
congratulations, you used they them pronouns correctly.
It's that easy. It's that simple. Um, and then I'd say another thing is like I think the way that people assume that non-binary looks a certain kind of way,
Mhm.
and it doesn't. Like I was telling you guys earlier, like it just you show up how you are. It's when you identify with gender, you don't. You're both of them. You're neither one of them. Like it's whatever. You can be non-binary and look like anybody.
Right.
Right. And
So
for
like
anyone that says that to be non-binary, you have to some sort of medically transition. No, the fuck you don't.
you
You
don't
don't
have to
gotta
do
take
anything.
hormones, right?
Dad, you don't have to do anything. You can be trans and not take hormones. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are people who exist where we exist on all spectrums.
Yeah. And what hopes would you say you have for yourself or maybe for the trans community?
I hope that we can all take a shit and piss in peace.
Yes.
I hope that we are all able to take our HRT and take our prep and everything else that is that we need and just live freely. Everybody is participating in their gender affirming care. Why can't we? Let's just leave everybody alone. Like, I hope that everybody has the freedom to just be themselves, do what they want to do as long as it's not hurting anybody else, and then be done with that.
I agree.
Period.
Did you have any social media that you wanted them to follow?
Who I don't. I mean, you guys can follow me on Instagram. It's the boy Cameo, DABOIKAMEO. That's all I'm on right now. For the most part, I'm taking a break from social media. So
That's fair. So that's a wrap on today's episode of Two Guys Unfiltered. A huge thank you to Cameron for sharing their story. If today's episode resonated with you or reminded you of your own story, we would love to hear from you. Click the link in the description to fill out the form if you're interested in being our next guest.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs it. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.